How does that work? Well, a very important point from working to long-term memory in the establishment of schemas of more syntax-like constructions is type frequency. So if you have, in this case, the ditransitive, subject, verb, object, object, he gave her the book, the meaning is an agent causes a recipient to receive a theme by being. That constitutes an argument structure construction of basic human scene, as Goldberg says, for which we've got several constructions. This particular template, this particular form meaning pairing, is acquired through input. So there's type frequency, kids here, he gave her a present, they WhatsApped her the dates, she threw him the ball. And from a usage-based perspective, these wouldn't be lost just because you create a schema, but you identify the similarity. There's a process of analogy that sees in all of these, the subject is an agent, the object is a recipient, the first one, and the second object is a theme that the recipient gets in one way or another. So you generalize to this schema. Once you've got the schema, you can, of course, explain creativity, because the schema allows you to establish new instances. So you could also say, he Snapchatted me his holiday pictures, okay? All of these new instances are going to be licensed abstract construction, but at the same time, there's going to be the entire taxonomy that's important. What I mean by this is that various colleagues have pointed out that the existing exemplars, the existing tokens like give or WhatsApp and so on in the ditransitive form a cluster of experiences. And Goldberg calls this coverage, and that sort of determines the new elements that you can add to this. Closer your new element to Snapchat someone something is to existing one, like he emailed her the dates, they WhatsApped her the dates, the verbs of communication are very often used. Then the coverage, the existing exemplars are going to help you create a new instance that is similar. At the same time, as important as the novel instances and productivity, there's a certain type of creativity. Leech pointed out already in 1969 that creativity can be seen as making original use of the established possibilities of the language, and that will be using an existing schema and its coverage to get something new. But on top of that, very often speakers will, well, very often, but at least occasionally, speakers and then languages will extend the repertoire of constructions. Think of the progressive construction, which wasn't part of the English language until the early modern English period, or the going to future construction, which also emerged in this period. So sometimes speakers, by one way or another, will be creative and they will extend the existing possibilities. And that's something that I will return to, e-creativity, as Sampson called it. So creativity isn't just slot productivity, but there is fixed creativity, that's Leech's making original use of established possibilities, against enlarging or extending creativity, as Sampson calls this, where you add something new that wasn't in the system.